Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. I've got another popping by with a Halloween high popcorn treat. And these fun little popcorn wraps are so easy to make and cute for the holiday season. I've printed up a popping by with a Halloween high tag. There is a printable on my blog, KitchenTableStamper.com. Follow the link below the video. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll take you to the blog post. In the blog post, you'll see the embedded video, and right below you can click for this printable project sheet, or for this printable sheet. It's an 8.5 by 11 PDF that will print out 12 of these popping by with a Halloween high tags on one sheet. So then you can just print this off, punch these out with a 2-inch circle punch, and it makes the cutest little Halloween treat. So here's my little last one on this sheet, making these for a craft fair. So I got a bunch of them. There's boxes of 12 microwave popcorns, and you get a nice price on the 12 packs. And then you can print off 12 tags on one sheet. And all these little cutoffs you can use for paper piecing their faces. So it's a great use of one sheet, and it's fast. So there's our popping by with Halloween high tag. All right, let's take a look at this project and what you're gonna need to make it. Buzz on over to the blog, print out the sheet, and then gather up a couple of supplies. I've got my To Every Season bundle. It's new from Stampin Up. It's a To Every Season fall, winter, Valentine's, so spring, Halloween, greetings for everything, 23-piece photopolymer stamp set. You bundle it up with the Every Season punch pack, which is a bat, a leaf, a snowflake, and a heart. These punches will be fantastic for all of my craft fair projects. These make great little embellishments, cards, tags, and treats. We're gonna keep the bat one for this project. So that's the stamp set and punches that we're using for the tag. Then you'll also need a 1-inch circle punch for the eyeballs and nose. You're gonna need a 1/2-inch circle punch for the eyeballs. You will need the apple builder punch. We're gonna use that one for the eyebrows. And then I've got my 2-inch circle punch. We just used that one. And my starburst punch. That's for the mat on our tag. All right, let's get started with this popcorn treat. Let me show you the cardstock supplies I've got here. I've also got a 1/8 inch handheld circle punch for applying the tag. My ink for this project is my basic black Stampin' Right and Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Cardstock supplies. I've got 2 where the measurement matters, okay? And then the rest are scraps, as you can kind of tell here from this mess. I've got a piece of Pear Pizzazz cardstock here, and it's 5 inches or 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. It's half a sheet, so you'll get 2 of these treats per cardstock. And then for the hair, we've got 4 inches by 1 7/8 of basic black. Then scraps, I've got Whisper White, that's from the tag we just punched. I've got some silver foil here. Got a little bit of Pear Pizzazz scraps, some Gorgeous Grape, and that's for our tag. And all of that is just straight from the scrap bin. Now let's get started here. The first thing we're gonna do is wrap our popcorn. And we're gonna wrap that 5.5 inch by 8.5. We're just gonna flip, and then we're gonna burnish around the shape of the popcorn. These bags are not exactly uniform shape, so we'll just let the way that the popcorn's in there in the bag determine where we roll this. And I just like to burnish it around. And then I'll take my tear and tape and make a sleeve here. You don't have a lot of room here, so you want to keep that tear and tape all the way to the edge, and then release and bring one end over the other, completely covering that adhesive. This should make it tight enough so that the wrap doesn't slide off, but when you pull it, it will slide and you can remove the treat without harming the decorative wrapper, which my craft fair customers seem to find very important. They don't want to ruin your hard work. I can get behind that. All right, then let's go ahead and punch a Starburst from Gorgeous Grape. We can punch the little eyeballs. Punch the little eyeballs from Basic Black. And we need an eyelid. One inch circle, we'll cut that in half to make the eyelets. And let's grab our scrap from our tag here. We're gonna punch the whites of the eyes. See, we're using every last bit for this project. And then, well, we've got that 1 inch circle punch. Let's punch the nose. We're gonna do about half of a 1 inch circle for the nose. Now we're going to do, for the little bolts that come from Frankenstein's neck here, we're gonna go ahead and wing it. Now, my suggestion for you is to make yourself a template. It just looks like kind of like a squatty tee. And what you can do then with that template is lay it on top of your foil and just cut right around it again and again. That way everything looks uniform and you only had to stress about designing your own element one time. So make a template for yourself, and it's a super simple template. It's not a big deal, but once you make the template, then it's easy to just snip out those little bolts. They're not a hard shape to wing, but I want them to be somewhat uniform from right side to left side and from Frankenstein to Frankenstein in my display. So I'm gonna go ahead and just trim out another one of those. They're all straight cuts. I made myself a template for my hair also. Now that way I can just follow the same up and down crazy line every time, and it gives some cohesive look to my display of Frankensteins. But all I did was cut crazy little angles to make my template, and then I just follow along. I know that it looks good across his face. I've worked it all out already. And then when I'm done with this project, and I know that I'll make more next season or for the next show, I'll go ahead and print off the printable project sheet that you can find at kitchentablestamper.com. Just follow the link to the blog post. I'll print off my own project sheet with measurements and photograph and everything, and I'll take these two little template pieces and I will either put them in a bag and staple the bag to the project sheet, or I'll tape them to the project sheet with washi tape. And when I go back to make more of these, that will always be there and I never have to recreate the wheel. So just a little craft fair tip if you're craft fairing like I do, or if you make bunches for classrooms or for the guys at the office, whatever it is, if you want to go back and make more, the template makes it so easy. You only design that line one time and then go ahead and keep using it again and again. All right, I'm going to take some snail here and I'm going to run snail probably, I don't know, 3 full strips right across, but then to keep everything flat and looking tidy, I'm going to run a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue all along the edges. Just a little bit. You don't want it to ooze out. You don't want to get glue all over, but you do want it to stay down nice and flat. You don't want his little hair to roll up. I'm going to go ahead and glue my Basic Black right along the top edge of my Pear Pizzazz, and I'm going to burnish that to the edge, and we're going to follow that curve of the popcorn pouch. I'm just burnishing that edge down nice and smooth. There's Frankenstein's hair, and you can even see, I think Look at that. This one is a mirror image of that one's hair. It just works, but it looks tidy. It's the right width, and I can just keep doing the same thing again and again. All right, let's adhere the tag, the popping by, the Halloween high, to the starburst. And while we've got that tag, let's pop a little hole in the top with the 1/8 inch circle punch. And let's adhere our eyeballs to our eyes. Cut the eyelid in half and we can adhere those. Can adhere the eyes. Leave room for your eyebrows. I haven't got those yet, but don't forget them. I like my eyes to touch just a tiny bit. I like close eyes. And then our little pear pizzazz semicircle for the nose. I'm gonna make it a little more petite. Our guy doesn't have a jumbo nose. It's kind of a small button nose. I like the nose to touch the eyes just a little bit too. Now we're gonna draw on the mouth, and the one tip I have for you for drawing on the mouth is start with the corner of the mouth up and end with the corner of the mouth up. As long as you do that, you can make a wavy expression that's not really a smile, but it'll look smiley and it'll look happy because the ends, the corners of the mouth curve up. And I'm just taking my Stampin' Right and making the line just a little bit thicker. And I'm gonna go through and stitch his lips. He's really coming to life, isn't he? And each one has their own little expressions. We're gonna take that foil paper and go ahead and adhere the bolts. I didn't put the multi-purpose liquid glue all the way to the wide end of the bolt because it hangs off the wrapper just a little bit. And I like a little angle in because it kind of defines that he's got a neck. All right, let me grab that scrap of basic black again and the apple builder. And we're gonna pop 2 little eyebrows here. Isn't it fun how the eyebrows come in and just give him so much facial expression? I love to play with these little eyebrows. One up, one down, a little bit further apart. You put them on angled and they look a little angry. How the whole thing started. I called it an angry eyebrow because of the angle it's at and the punch. That's how the apple stem got to be eyebrows. All right, there's our dude. Now you can go ahead. I don't have my little chalk marker with me. I use it at the craft fairs to write on the price tags and stuff. So when I get there, I'll grab my little chalk marker and put a little highlight in the pupil of the eyes. That brings them to life a little bit. And let's see here. Oh, you know what I didn't show you guys at the very beginning because I used it on my last project. I didn't show you that I have a tiny little scrap of basic gray. That's how we're gonna do our bats. Let's do those right now. Got a Memento Tuxedo Black and my Stampin' Pierce matte. Little photopolymer bat here, so cute. We're gonna go ahead and stamp 2 of those. They're such bitty little cuties, but the stamp gives them so much detail. We're gonna go ahead and punch them out. Now let's put the tag on our little treat bag. I just pulled the treat down. I'm gonna punch a little hole, eighth of an inch in the temple. Slide the treat. Oh wait, let's tie the tag, then we'll slide the treat. Gonna thread some twine through the front of the tag, through the front of the wrap, and out the top. gonna tie a cute little bow. Trim it away from the spool, get the excess. Now slide this guy right back in, and let's add those adorable little bats. I will be embellishing with these all Halloween season. They're just the cutest little finishing touch. All right, got a little multi-purpose liquid glue. I'm gonna put those bats on, just the bodies. I've folded up the wings and pop them on the tag like they're swooping around a full moon. How cute are they? All right, you guys, there it is, popping by with a Halloween high. If you got any questions about this treat, about Stampin' Up, about how it can help you stay crafty, you can email marisa@kitchentablestamper.com. You can shop Stampin' Up 24/7 with me at marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.